Hello everyone, this is Chase the Channel. My name is Kirill and we talk about watches here. And today we are reviewing the Casio A-159W-N1 watch. These are small watches, similar to Montana or the Soviet Electronica watches, in a plastic case. Plastic crystal stainless steel case back and bracelet. On the side we see two buttons on the left, one on the right. Before starting the watch review and setup, you might be wondering about the authenticity of your model. You can check it as follows. We hold down the right button in the current time mode, and after a while, the manufacturer's name Casio lights up. So let's start with setting the time. For this, in the current time mode, you need to press the lower left button 3 times. We have the seconds lit up. We can change the seconds more precisely. We can only reset them using this right button. Using the upper left button, we proceed to change the hours. Right now it's 4 p.m. Again, the left button. We have 49 minutes right now. Left button again. A flashing one appears. These are the months. We are currently in the 8th month. August. We set it to 8. Again, the left button. This time we change the number. Today is the 6th. Missed. Six. Once again, and the day of the week. Today is Thursday. That's it. The setup is complete. After the installation, press the lower left button. So we have set the current time. As we can see, it shows the day of the week, date and time at the top of the dial. Above the clock, we see the inscription 24 hours, meaning we have a 24-hour time format. To change, we can press the right button and we will switch to a 12-hour format. The watch has 2 main functions. This is an alarm, which works for 20 seconds and turns off when a button is pressed, and a stopwatch, which can time intervals up to 1 hour. This is the alarm. We switch to it by pressing the lower left button once. To set, also hold the upper left. Alarm hours, let's set it to ring soon. For example, at 16:52. 16. Upper left button setting minutes. Yes, for speed, you can hold the button, not press it each time. Let's set it to 53. Something here is already ringing at full volume. After setting, press the upper left button, nothing flashes. Notice that at the top left of the dial, we have bars lit up. This is the alarm indication. It means the alarm is activated and will go off at this time. I press the right button, the sticks disappear, and the alarm icon lights up. This means the alarm won't go off now as the sticks have disappeared, as you can see. And here the appearance of the little alarm clock icon means that we will have a sound signal at the start of each hour. That is an indication of the beginning of the hour. Press the button again, and now both the sticks and alarm light up. This means both the alarm will go off and the hour start indication is active. To switch to the stopwatch mode, press the lower left button. The stopwatch starts with the lower right. The count is possible up to 1 hour. To stop the stopwatch, also press the lower right button, reset with the upper left. To measure 2 results, start with the right button. At the first mark, press the upper left button. Here it is 8.86 seconds. At the second mark, we stop, press the right button. And to view the second part, press the upper left button, 14.05, also reset with the upper left button. Well, that's basically it. Now let's wait for our alarm to go off to see how it sounds. It will sound for 20 seconds until we turn it off by pressing the button. Meanwhile, I'll tell you that the watch is water resistant up to 30 meters. The calendar is set up so that every 4 years you will have to adjust it in February, because February here is designed for 28 days. This is of course a minor issue, but I think it's not a big deal. The accuracy of the mechanism is plus or minus 30 seconds per month, watch dimensions, width 36.8 millimeters, length 33.2 millimeters, thickness of the watch 8.2 millimeters, weight 44 grams, practically weightless. So let's see how our alarm will sound. It sounds quite loud, as we can hear. You can turn it off by pressing the upper left button. The watch has a Japanese quartz mechanism, accuracy plus or minus 30 seconds. It runs on a 2016 battery, which lasts approximately 7 years. However, I think the watch won't last until then, because they have a significant drawback, namely this chromed plastic case and plastic glass. The fact is that over time, usually after 1 to 2 years of use, this coating begins to gradually peel off and the plastic glass accumulates various scratches. So, if you are or were the owner of this model, be sure to write your ownership story in the comments. How quickly did the coating on your case start to come off? How quickly did the glass start accumulating scratches? Well, the last significant drawback of this model is, unfortunately, you cannot disable the sound of button presses. And that's why this will happen every time you press the button. Of course, this can annoy many, but if you don't pay attention to it, it's not a significant drawback for you. Of course, besides all these drawbacks, it's worth noting the advantages of the watch. Lightweight, small dimensions are perfect for medium and small wrists. And look, you'll even need to make it smaller with some extra length to spare. No, but how do you make it smaller? You can move it to the outer sleeve. I think that will be enough. If that is not enough, well, perhaps you'll have to fiddle with the links somehow. This can also be done. Here we see special bracelet holes. You can remove the sleeves. And further reduce this bracelet. The watch also has a backlight. A green light turns on to the left of the dial. However, it only illuminates the left half well, while the right remains somewhat in shadow. And if you have vision problems, reading the dial in the dark may be somewhat problematic for you. If you hold your finger on the button, it will work until you release it. On camera, it seems that the right part of the dial is absolutely invisible, here at this angle. But actually, in the dark, it's probably easier to see from this angle. You can make out the time in the dark. The left part of the dial is certainly better illuminated and looks brighter in the dark, but nevertheless, I can still distinguish the seconds and the number on the right side of the dial. So in summary, I'd like to say who these watches might actually be suitable for. Well, firstly, your child. Low cost, ease of use, small size. I think this would be an optimal gift for a child for school. Also a good gift for those who love various retro accessories, vintage items. These watches should suit them as well. And finally, they are quite suitable for sports activities, especially running. In the end, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed it, as it will encourage me to make more videos. And as I mentioned, be sure to leave your ownership story of these or similar watches in the comments. After all, this model combines both many advantages and many disadvantages. And many people wonder, is it worth getting these watches or not? So please let us know your opinion in the comments. That's all. Goodbye, everyone.